Question is, which of these two will be the PBA National Champion and $49,000 richer?
Chris, and a couple other things that go along with it. Amleto Monacelli, never in the winner's circle, would qualify for the Firestone. Randy Pedersen needs to requalify, so one of these players is going to knock out Ted Hannes out of the 52-man field, which will be bowled just 4 weeks from today. Here's the first shot championship match.
Tournament leader leaves a 8-pin, seems anchored to that deck.
What an ominous way to start. Perfect hit, or near perfect hit, solid 8. Monacelli switching balls for spares. He's used to doing it. I don't think he'll have any trouble, although his downfall in championship matches has been his inability to convert simple spares.
Safely in the first frame with a mark is Monacelli, and now the man, Randy Pedersen, who had 10 in a row, on his way, but then came the 11th shot. Look at that, 289 to 180. Back at it. Here's a shot from behind of Pedersen's delivery.
Watch his right shoulder, how he locks it in and drives through with that right step or pivot step. Now, there's his second, third. Now watch this fourth step coming up. Look at that right foot and how that shoulders lock in, how he pushes off with that right foot, driving through that pivot step. Look at just absolutely perfect. When they start walking away from him like that, Chris, when the ball's halfway down the lane, you can bet all 10 are going in the pit.
A big double for Pedersen. First time in my recollection, Bo, where we have the two professionals in the final that do not wear matching bowling shoes.
I think you're correct. Randy Pedersen obviously adjusted his sliding foot because of the sticky approaches. Amleto Monacelli, just a good luck charm. He's bowled well with that red left shoe and the white right shoe, so he's sticking with it.
That shot sliding by, leaving the 2-4-5 for Monacelli.
Amleto Monacelli, some of that raw ability we've always seen in Mark Roth, kind of takes almost a 6-step delivery. He kind of rocks with his first step, then he takes 5 steps, has that high backswing, open-handed. Look at it, completely open at the top of the swing. Then he rotates that wrist back underneath the ball, long slide. Once again, that tremendous wrist action. See the fingers staying straight behind the bowling ball.
Amleto, in his 14th television appearance, he is 22nd 4 times.
Such a likable young man. He speaks 4 languages, English, French, Italian, and obviously Spanish. And we call him the Rod Stewart of the Pro Bowlers Tour. The girls just follow him around everywhere he goes. A young, likable bachelor. Fingertip grip. Trails by 13 pins, 3rd frame.
Averted that split, leaving the 4-7. And some Venezuelans living here in Toledo are up around the front rows cheering their man on.
As you see the delivery of Monacelli just going right through the middle, knocking out the 6-pin in delayed action, leaving an easy spare. And Chris, he'll make this spare. He'll trail by 15 minimum going into the first break here in the final match. And I think Monacelli can come back in this match.
In the National Championship in Toledo, Imperial Lanes, George Haig, the chairman and president of Toledo Trust, announced last night that this tournament will return this championship. Prize money up to $270,000 for the field a year from now. It's good news.
Randy Pedersen, I guess a bug of some type, was walking across the floor. He gave him a little message, go away, and had the mental acuity to realize it's not such a traumatic moment.
And a 10-pin on that pesky right lane that ended his string at 10 in the previous game.
Boy, he's just rolling the ball so well, so well. A little body language. Ooh, he wanted to lock this match up right away. And really the man that needed that hit more than Randy Pedersen was a little relief for Monacelli. Let him collect his thoughts. The worst that can happen to Monacelli is be trailing by 14 pins after 4 frames.
Okay, we're in Toledo. Next week we're going to Washington, D.C. area for the Fairlanes Open. We look forward to that, getting there at the nation's capital and seeing some of the museums and a lot of great bowling.
And I think we can go to one museum and see a display of Chris Schenkel's. Can we tell us about that one?
Well, there are a few American Indian peace medals around there. Maybe I'll go visit them.
Say hi from Daddy. Now,
That's right.
the grip of Randy Pedersen. 4th frame, leads by 14.
An impressive performance by this 24-year-old from Santa Maria, California, leading by 14. We'll be back. Two professionals battling for the PBA National Championship of 1987. A non-winner, Amleto Monacelli, Venezuela, trailing by 14, shooting in the 4th frame of the final game with spare working. First strike of this championship match, a young man that averaged 226 for 56 games.
The power of Monacelli. He just lifts 10 pins right off the pin deck, driving them all into the back. That was his best shot of the match. And you know, Chris, that little commercial we do have in a championship match, I'm all in favor of it. It's like a timeout. A player needs a little timeout, and I think that's one of the reasons that players seem to come back in the last half of a match. It's been a reprieve so far for Monacelli, and with a strike here in the 5th frame, he can cut Pedersen's lead down to just 4 pins.
Big one for Monacelli of Barquisimeto, Venezuela.
All right, uses that power. Drives that 5 over into the 7. He cuts Pedersen's lead down to 4 pins. Now let's see Randy Pedersen, as Monacelli definitely likes that. Nothing has seemed to bother Pedersen so far today, Chris.
And he answers with his own double and a cooperative 4-pin. Incredible.
Watch the action of the 2-pin. It goes to the sideboard, gets caught up in between the 4 and 7 pins, and this is the greatest break a pro bowler can get. When he can throw all that power and still avoid the split and then cash in a strike on a high hit. Pedersen has it all going for him right now.
If you just joined us in his last match, he had 10 in a row. Missed on his 11th, left a 10-pin, finished with a 289 against Marshall Holman's 180. Watch now for excitement.
He says the game is on. 5 frames less, national championship. $49,000 and 1 extra bonus in a major title, Chris. A 3-year exemption from the Firestone Tournament Champion. Just not a 1-year ride.
Right.
That alone is worth $6,000 if you just show up. Now, Monacelli trails by 24. Has 2 strikes working. Could cut the lead of Pedersen's down to 14 with a strike.
Almost crossing over and leaving the 3-pin, Monacelli, who has earned over $15,000, whereas Pedersen $5,900 thus far this year.
Monacelli gets a good break when the head pin slides behind the 3-pin and takes out the 10 and avoids the split. See it slip over there, drive the 6 into the 10. Easy spare. He will trail by 25 through 6 frames. The big 4 frames left.
Long tournament, 56 games.
Well, we have 8-game blocks here, so you see rounds 1 through 4. That's 32 games. Normally it's only 18. Then the normal 24-man match play. Holman was early leader. Holman was the early leader. And last night, Chris, as you and I watched, Monacelli in the clutch won 5 straight games to overtake Holman. And And right now he has to duplicate that performance as he trails by 25 pins with just 4 frames remaining. The national championship on the line.
Incidentally, you saw Mark Roth led after one of the rounds. He finished 10th overall in this championship. We'll be back. Head-to-head match play championship game. Randy Pedersen leading Amleto Monacelli by 25, 3 in a row, shooting in the 7th frame. The 7-pin.
The pin action of Randy. He sends the head pin to the sideboard, and once again it doesn't take out the 7-pin. With a conversion here, he would have a commanding 24-pin lead. But Chris, stranger things have happened in the last 3 frames of a major championship. It is not over.
Oh, hook.
Yeah, he got it. He wanted to hook a little more. 2 young professionals. Pedersen, 24, Monacelli, 25. Bowling for a combination of $74,000 in this one game.
Randy, whose father absolutely loves to watch him bowl, he says. His father is a 185 average, and I'm sure he's home in California rooting his son on, but only Randy Pedersen can determine who's going to win this match. He's in the driver's seat, but can he close the door on the action here?
Another one, Bo. I can't believe it.
The solid 8. Let's watch this hit now. Now we'll show you what happens on a solid 8 hit. What does, the ball drives through the 1-3. Now watch the action as the 5-pin, because it goes straight off of the 8-pin. The 2-pin will go to the left. Here it goes. Now watch, the head pin drives into the 1, the 2. The 5-pin goes straight back to left. The 2-pin goes to the left of the 8-pin.
All right. Following our live telecast from Toledo, ABC's Wide World of Sports, Pernell Whitaker going for his first title as a professional against former champion Roger Mayweather. Then the Hagler-Hearns bout of 1985. Actually, it wasn't a bout, it was a war. Plus, naming of the athlete of the week. Wide World next.
The biggest ball of the week for Amleto Monacelli. Trails by 23, strike up, 8th frame.
And he delivers that tournament leader.
Monacelli has learned from his mistakes. Normally, Amleto will not maintain his form in crucial situations. Watch from behind as he drives through the shot. The ball goes down the lane. Now watch how he poses, or what we call post the shot. There he's holding, he's holding, he's holding. Usually he's running him out this time in critical situations. He makes his own break. And now, with that strike there in the 8th frame, he can cut Pedersen's lead, Chris, down to just 3 pins.
Championship game. What a performance by the tournament leader, who's had to wait a long time to get into this final game.
Tremendous power. He just lifts the 10-pin right off the lane. He's got to like it. Look at him stay down. He stays down. He stays down. And the pins stay down. Now, let's see how Pedersen reacts. His margin was 24 pins just 2 frames ago. It's only 3.
Leaving the 1-2-4 on the right side.
Chris, if you're leading by 3 pins, you have a spare up, and you leave 3 pins remaining, what does that make the score? About all even, doesn't it, partner? Right now, Pedersen going at a 224 pace. Monacelli a 224 pace.
This has been one of those great championships. Capacity crowds in this Ohio City, Bo. Dukett's doing a great job hosting it again.
The ultimate athletic moment for a professional bowler, the national championship. It's all tied, 10th frame.
replay that last shot and the result.
Last night, in the same position, Randy Pedersen came up against Pete Weber, needed 3 strikes to tie the match. This is exactly what he did. He knocked the 6 out with a 10 on the first shot, drilled the second one, got the third one. But by no means can he lock out Monacelli.
Smooth shot, great slide into home, but not there yet. Randy Pedersen of California.
Just a little bit better than the first one. In the 11th frame, he drills all 10 pins in the pit. He loves it. National championship on the line. Now, if Randy Pedersen can strike on this ball, he'll force Monacelli to get 2 strikes. If he would happen to get 9 or less, we have a possibility of a tie match.
A 10-10 and a 233 for Randy Pedersen against Venezuela's Amleto Monacelli with a triple up. 10th frame for him coming up.
For Randy Pedersen, it's finished for today, maybe. 233. He's looking at the scoreboard. For Amleto Monacelli, here's what he must do. He must strike on this ball and strike on the next ball. He wins. If he strikes on this ball and gets 9, we have a tie. Anything less than a strike on this shot, Monacelli finishes second.
Pin that has played bowling from day one. Amleto Monacelli, tournament leader through 56 games. And though that is a tough one.
Chris, the ball just wanders a pinch high. The breaks all Randy Pedersen's way. That's the hit that Pedersen carried out to take the lead early in the match when Monacelli needed it most. Obviously disappointed, but he will be back.
One consolation, $25,000 to the runner-up, $49,000 to the victor, and the PBA National title, Randy Pedersen.